There will come a time in
you can see, right, in fact, it's here. I've got this oscillator balancer going right across to the subtone there, and I must have just built it, I can't remember, but I must have just built it out of saturation here, and got into the filter section here, and then the LFOs with ring modulator on it as well.
And like, you know, we're going back onto the ear and the bass and those frequencies that Chris was talking about, and if it's all about how your ear perceives things. So like we took the 200 hertz area out of the kick drum, or do that to a bass line, all of a sudden you can bring up the level a bit more for a start, because those resonant frequencies are being brought down, and then at the same time, when you're bringing that level up, you're getting more sub, you're getting more grit on the top. So you don't always have to boost, you know, like boosting can be cool and it can work. I find especially in the low region, we're often boost, but most of the time, we've got some crazy little shape on our EQs like that. The importance of space, because with everything at your fingertips these days, it's so easy to just throw everything in a track, and before you know it, there's no space left, nothing really works together. Okay, the bass is really simple, but that's not always really a bad thing. Okay? Personally, I believe that simplicity is really quite important in music. Try not to overload compositions with too many ideas, like I said at the beginning. Whether it's the bass, you know, coming through with the rhythmic element, or sometimes you can do it with synthetic stabs or percussion. But you know, like, yeah, all of those things combine together to create a rhythm as a whole, instead of just the simple individual rhythms that they represent on their own. Yeah, everything's totally different, isn't it? I think that's what you learn. The further on you go in music, you know, you'll have us standing at the front and telling you, like, you must aim your bass frequencies around 40 hertz, but, you know, at the end of the day, unless you try it at home, unless you experiment, you're never going to come up with something new, and it's so important just to go in and experiment. You know, the same goes for mastering, the same goes for mixing.
We send everything that we do for the bass to a bass pro, so I'm going to call it bass, and I'm going to show you how we work. It may not be the right or wrong way, but it's just how we work. Like, that's the best thing we do here. So the sub, we've got to have that fundamental raw, sort of rumbly sub, the sound that you feel rather than you hear. And that can only come from one of your pure oscillators, one of your pure waves. So the best one obviously is sine, it's so pure. You can feel, even though when you can't hear it, you can just feel it in your chest. So we always try to get some of that in there when we can.
And I also have heard about your work with DigiLabs, like in Bristol, that lecture series, because we've actually hosted Ethan and the Inside Info's lecture series on that. You can check those out on our YouTube channel.
The guys are really cool, they're running a really good thing there. I think it's the first thing that we've seen like that, isn't it, really?